My only problem with ICE is that they're going after every minority group except black people. I mean, you're trying to reduce crime. You're just giving them more room to breathe. But I understand. Can you imagine the shape you have to be in to deport black people?
Did y'all feel all that hate? That was not a joke. That was just hate. Because there's nothing funny about wishing harm on another community. It's nothing funny to wish that harm comes to another community. The black Americans in the audience were not laughing, and this man clearly is not living up to his stereotype of being smart, because there's no such thing as an undocumented black American. Black Americans cannot be deported. And he want to talk about crime. Let's talk about the massage parlors, right? All that human trafficking, all that sex trafficking. Where do you think the terms came from? Me love you long time. Human trafficking, sex trafficking. Maybe ICE need to pay K-Town a visit. Maybe ICE need to pay Chinatown a visit, because I'm pretty sure they could save a lot of kidnapped women, a lot of women that's being trafficked from these industries. So it's funny how, nobody wish harm. The black American community never wish harm on another community, but the hate is always out there towards black Americans. No one's even thinking about Asians, right? And you have this joke. What about the ICE jokes? The people who's rounding people up, right? Then Trump said like 80% of ICE agents was like Latino or something like that. What about the jokes towards the Latino community that's actually rounding y'all up, right? Man, the hate is real. There's no allies.
During Black History Month, I hate the fact that they like to bash on black people as the last scapegoat when we had nothing to do with it. But yet the first person you want to throw under the bus is the black community. For what? You're probably one of those people who have a low IQ, smooth brain kind of person. Black folks ain't done nothing to you or any other community. You should just keep our name out your mouth. Someone's like, we literally stay on everyone's mind. It's like, where are the black people at? Why are they not doing much? Why are they not coming out in the streets to protest? They want black Americans to be all over the place fighting for their justice, but they don't want to do the dirty work themselves. And apparently the comedian is known as Hans Kim. Looks like other people from his community have also been ridiculing him as well.
I mean, you're trying to reduce crime. You're just giving them more room to breathe.
Imagine being such a punk-ass bitch that you have to make comments about the black community, who have endured quite enough and are rightfully sitting out of all the stuff that's going on in this country, all under the disguise of comedy, and then being so scared of all of the pushback that you're getting from other people that you had to shut down and limit your comments on all of your videos on your TikTok. Apparently this guy is like 35 to 36 years old, and I must say that's a hard 35 or 36, because me, myself, I'm 38 years old and I look way better than you. And there's a saying that goes that hate ages people a lot faster. I mean, just look at Trump's White House Communications Director, Stephen Chung. He's 43.
Damn!
Reminder, I'm 38. The thing about Hans Kim is that he should not be up there making comments about other people and other cultures. He himself looks like the Temu version of the guy that runs Shitty Walk from South Park. The only difference is that he's actually famous and you aren't. And I found out that Hans Kim is actually associated with Tony Hinchcliffe, which doesn't surprise me based on his comedy. Because Tony Hinchcliffe was the guy that made these type of jokes at one of DT's rallies.
These Latinos, they love making babies too, just know that. They do. They do. There's no pulling out. They don't do that. They come inside, just like they did to our country.
And you know what they say, birds of a feather flock together.
Like, I think you should have ran this joke by a couple of people before you end up having to say this publicly. But now that you said it publicly, it just shows where you stand. And clearly, it looks like you're not even an ally at all. Let me know what y'all think down below.
My only problem with ICE is that they're going after every minority group except black people. I mean, you're trying to reduce crime. You just give them more room to breathe.
If you're Asian American, the only valid reaction you should have to that video is disgust and, frankly, embarrassment. And now, when Asian communities are under attack, The fact that we're still throwing the Black community under the bus shows how desperate some of us are to cling to this proximity to whiteness as our saving grace, as if that is going to keep us safe and protect our families when it never has before. A lot of us talk about how Asian discrimination and racism is downplayed, but it shouldn't come as a surprise when so many of us are so quick to disavow any solidarity with other communities of color. If you are part of an immigrant family, I know you know how rampant anti-Blackness is in our world, and to see it perpetuated in the name of humor and an unfunny joke is embarrassing.
The only problem with ICE is that they're going after every minority group except Black people.
The Stop Asian Hate bill was symbolic anyway, so I guess we can bring it back. If you know anything about Hans Kim, you're not surprised. This is the same man who made this comment about The Little Mermaid.
Come back to America and what do I see? Black Little Mermaid. One of the races that are known for being one of the worst at swimming.
This is the same man that ranked his least favorite racial groups or ethnic groups.
Number 1, least favorite minority group, according to Hans Kim, is
The Blacks.
At some point, I think you just hate Black people. You might be wondering, why would someone do this? Especially since a lot of these jokes are very tired. You know, we heard them in the early 2000s. You might be wondering, like, well, why are we still doing this in this day and age? And I mean, he might actually, like, hate Black people. I'm assuming at this point he does, because that's just his material over the same years. He makes $300,000 a year, maybe more now, to say these mediocre racist jokes.
Make like 300K, so 30 weekends.
Dude, that's insane.
So the theme of people of color aligning themselves with whiteness can lead to capitalistic gains, which we've talked about over and over. It's true. And you see these sellouts, you see these creators who sell out and pander to white people, and you wonder why. There's money. There's money to be made for them. And I've said it before on this channel many times that I find comedians who make these types of very shallow, tired, racist jokes are not actually comedians. They are not talented enough to be comedians. But his main venues are all small towns and small cities, and those make racist white people laugh the most. And you can see it in all the videos. Who's chuckling the most? It's the racist white people. Besides the obvious, don't make racist jokes, the only thing I want to leave to Asian Americans, especially Asian American creators, if you're talking about topics, think before you drag another group in. Is it really relevant to the point I'm making? You know, we have our own issues, the mono-minority myth, the pandering to whiteness. Like, we have a lot of those issues that you can talk without actually dragging anyone else in or dragging someone else down. And that's the thing that I think a lot of Asian creators need to, like, be more cautious about. Do you really need to bring up another community to make your point? Because I think that's where a lot of us get into trouble. So hopefully we can do better. And to Han Kim's, you need to fucking grow up. It's gross. Like, how long are you going to be dancing for these white people? Forever?
Father shoots daughter dead. Yeah, they were arguing about Donald Trump. She basically was telling her dad, Dad, I mean, he's been awful and terrible and been convicted of attacking women. What if he attacked me, Dad? Well, he didn't want to hear anything about it. So much so that he shot her. Yeah. So that's why so many of us don't understand such loyalty to such a horrible person, to the point where you will shoot your own daughter. No one will ever be able to explain this to me. Nobody will ever make me be able to understand why you would go to such extremes. Shoot your own daughter because she's not talking nice about Donald Trump.
I know people will make jokes about it being a cult, but this has to be some weird sadistic loyalty. This man has no daughter after Trump is done with his term, but you care about him that much? Trump, well, she shouldn't have said anything bad about me. Something demonic has taken over this country since this president returned. You ain't wrong. It was an accident, he was drunk and mishandled the gun. It's just a coincidence they argued about Trump before this. You guys are blowing it out of proportion. Even the judge found him not guilty. What? So here it says, Dad shot daughter after arguing about Donald Trump. Police in town investigated the 23-year-old unaliving as possible manslaughter, but no criminal cases was brought against Chris Harrison after a grand jury in Collin County declined to indict him. A statement from Chris Harrison said he and his daughter had been watching a news item on gun crime when he had told her he had a gun and asked her if she wanted to see it. They went into the bedroom so he could show her a Glock 9mm semi-automatic handgun, which he had kept in the bedside cabinet. He said, "As I lifted the gun to show her, I suddenly heard a loud bang. I did not understand what had happened. Lucy immediately fell." Harrison said he could not recall whether his finger was on the trigger. The headline is a little bit misleading because they had an argument before, but this is not really connected into him being pissed off at her and then unaliving her. Anyway, leave your comments down below. If it's your first time to the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check out this video. I'm pretty sure you're definitely going to enjoy it. But nevertheless, I will see you guys when I see you. Peace.